What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 15 of the Rise to Glory here with Gibraltar Apex. And today I've got for you guys a live comm against Glasgow United. This is actually the first video I'm recording post-Christmas, so I am still feeling a little bit kind of bunged up. I've not been well over the Christmas period. If you don't know, I had all the videos that went up over Christmas. I think there was over 20 of them, all kind of pre-scheduled, so this is going to be the first commentary back. Probably going to be a little bit rusty, but it is officially my first video I'm sat recording of 2016. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? We are taking on Glasgow United today, who, as you will see, they are top of the table. They're actually ahead of us, which is a little bit concerning. I've obviously had 2 weeks without playing any FM. It's been a nice little clean period. I've had to kind of come back, I guess, and have a look at my team, refamiliarise myself, but I actually think we've got a pretty good team upon coming back. I was pleasantly surprised by just how good some of our players are, particularly Ben Connolly. He just looks superb. I'm really liking the look of this guy. 4 goals, of course, in the Champions League, but he did get 2 goals and 3 assists so far in the kind of league this year. But anyway, let's have a look at the results that we've had, and, well, you can see here it's been a bit of a mixed bunch, really. We've won 3 and drawn 3. Last episode, of course, we took on College Europa in the Pepe Reyes Cup, and to start the season against Gibraltar United, we got off to a stormer. We beat, as you can see here, Gibraltar United 7-4. A little bit of a weird result, I guess, just because of the sheer quantity of goals, but nevertheless, a good convincing win. We looked fairly in control of this game. Despite going down early on, we kind of fought back into the game early. We were back ahead at 2-1 after 11 minutes, and then from there, goals just kept flying in, and in the end, we came out on top. Anyway, the next game against Lynx was a 1-1 draw. As you guys can see here, Lynx had 1 shot on target all game, and it went in. That was a little bit annoying, but at the same time, we didn't take the chances that came our way. Griffo did get the goal for us, however. The next game was against Britannia, who, of course, we slightly memorably scored 9 against last year. This time, only 3. As you can see here, Glenn Gilbert getting a goal as well as Jose Maria Sanchez Rull. And to be honest, Rull has done a great job so far this year. His finishing and first touch really kind of very good for in this division. I can't quite explain how good this guy is. He's not an incredible player. As you can see, he has got a lot of problems. But for a player at our level to be this good at playing as a poacher, like there's no stats except off the ball below kind of, and composure, I guess. But there's no stats which are like massive glaring weaknesses, I guess you could say. And particularly the fact he has really good agility and acceleration. And I really like the fact he's got good finishing and first touch. It really makes him a great poach for us. And he really has got some goals this year, which we have certainly needed. Of course, with Legia out for pretty much the entire year. He got a serious viral infection, you guys may remember. Was out for 11 months. He's only got 6 to 8 months left of that now. We are in kind of mid-November. But still, Ruller's kind of filled that void in our team. Anyway, the next 2 games, 2 disappointing results, however, were 2 of the bigger teams, I guess, in Gibraltar. First one, Manchester 62 FC. We drew 1-1 in this game. We actually came back from behind, but similarly to the Lynx game, you can see here, they had 1 shot on target and it went in. And that is a little bit concerning. And then in the follow-up game against College Europa, again, they had 1 shot on target and it went in. It's a little bit disappointing, I guess, to have these games where we have more shots, we do create more opportunities, but at the end of the day, we only score 1 and we concede and we end up drawing 1-1. But at the same time, the fact that we are only drawing these games and not losing them, you know, we're still keeping the points ticking is pleasing. And certainly on another day, all 3 of these results, really, we'd probably be winning. Anyway, the last game was against Lincoln Red Imps, and this was actually a game I was originally planning on live comming. However, I decided not to, and I'll show you why I decided not to in a second, but we did win this game 2-0. Jeremy and Reyes with the goals for us. Really good performance there. Pretty good turnout as well, 1.6 thousand people turning up for the game. Pretty decent turnout, really, for a Gibraltar match. Anyway, I'm just going to skip forward because I have not continued all the way to the Glasgow United game. But the reason I didn't do the Lincoln Red Imps game was quite simple, really. They were bottom of the league, which, I mean, I can't really explain. Obviously, when we started this save, you guys may remember that, well, Gibraltar, or Lincoln Red Imps, Gibraltar, and also, who was the other team? It was College Europa, had a few foreign players. They've kind of lost those players now, and they've really lost a core of their side. And as you can see here, well, College Europa, a team who were really a standout team last year, are struggling this year quite significantly, and Red Imps, they're yet to win a game in their first 7 matches, which is a little bit mad when you consider the kind of 2 clubs previous to us winning the league are struggling just quite so badly. If we have a look here and go to stages, looking at it here, you can see College Europa last year, they got 43 points. This year, well, they're not doing great at all. You can see here after 7 games, they've got 6. And they could be in a relegation dogfight. It's a bit of an unusual situation because you look at ourselves, Glasses United and St Joseph's. I mean, with the exception of ourselves, St Joseph's finished 8th, and then Glasses actually got promoted the previous year. So they've really hit the ground running, and that perhaps gives you an idea of just how tight kind of Gibraltar football is in the FM, certainly, in terms of the actual level between the second and top tier isn't actually that large at all. And so we will see, teams come up through the ranks and challenge us, especially early on in this save, at the top of the table, and that is exactly what Glasses are doing here. But anyway, we will get straight into this game. We hopefully can do well here. We are the favourites to win at 5-4 or 4-5 even. We will go top if we win this game. We are still unbeaten, which is worth noting. Of course, those 3 draws which I mentioned are a little bit disappointing. But you can see here, Glasses, they've actually lost one. They lost to Britannia 2-1 and they drew against Manchester 62. Their wins, as you can see here, coming against St Joseph's in 3rd, Lynx, College Europa and Lincoln Redham. So they've perhaps not played some of the middle of the pack that we've kind of played. But at the same time, I do want to win here. Looking at it here, we're going to deploy our 4-4-2, and as you can see, they are going with a very similar shape to ourselves. Hopefully we can have a good performance this half. We're going to continue to the team talk. I'm going to kind of motivate these players. I believe you guys can win. I'm hoping we can win, certainly. First game back, I want to get 2016 off to a winning start, of course. The chances are you guys will be seeing this video kind of sometime in mid-January, but nevertheless, I want to see a good result here. I want to see us beat Glasses here and go top of the table. As I mentioned, I feel a little bit kind of unlucky, I guess. Oh gosh, they could score. They have scored. Wow. Okay, we've just conceded after 20 seconds. Well, that's a good start to the year. Yeah, that's not great at all. What I was about to say was, I kind of feel a little bit kind of hard done by, I guess, to find myself in second in the league with those 3 draws. Because you've seen all 3 of them just on the stats alone. It's quite apparent that, well, every team we drew 1-1 with, they had 1 shot and it went in. Definitely questions perhaps can be asked of our goalkeeper Borg, but at the end of the day he is the best Gibraltarian goalkeeper kind of on offer, which, I don't know, is perhaps a little bit concerning, but at the same time we kind of just have to make do with what we've got, and I feel like it's a blip. It'd be nice to keep some more clean sheets, and well, we're not going to do it today, and we might have to defend well here, although they've just had a shot that's gone out for a throw-in, and for some reason the game wanted to show me that. It wanted to show me just how threatening Glasses are, as they will have a free kick which goes over. Are we on, like, comprehensive highlights? We are. Jack, sort that out. Get on key. I don't know why that's on extended. Answers on a postcard. Who snuck into my flat while I was gone and changed it? Guerrero, please don't, like, get sent off. He's going to get sent off, isn't he? It's happening. Watch. He's going to get a red. And he's going to wander in this direction. Oh, okay, it's a yellow. Well, that's me. I'm very optimistic, as you guys can see. But at the moment, Glasses are dominating this game. And that really, really concerns me. So I think we're going to make a change. We're going to change it all early on, because why not? Griffo can only play left mid. I forgot about that. That's always been an issue. Am I not training him to play left attacking mid? Right, we'll go with that. I think Connolly can play centre attacking mid. He can't. I'm lying. Do I want to take off Sanchez Rule this early on? I think I do. I'm going to bring on Anthony Hernandez to play attacking midfielder for us. We're going to go with that. Now, you're probably wondering with Griffo, Jack, why are you playing Griffo who can't play left attacking mid in left mid? Why are you happy with that? Well, the truth is that, to be honest, his attributes suit him as a winger. As you guys know, he naturally plays left mid. And so actually playing him out of position in this regard, it's not going to be completely alien to him, and he should still be able to do a job for us. I think it was Cleon, who is a FM blogger, who I definitely recommend checking out. But I think he had a blog post where he took a centre-back who had the stats of a striker, played him as a striker even though he couldn't play there, and he was the top goal scorer in the division. And since then, I've certainly kind of been I want to say a little bit of a believer of the fact that if a player has the attributes to play a role, even if they can't play that position, they should still be kind of more than adequate at fulfilling that role for us. But anyway, looking at the stats here, Glasses really been on top. Guerrero going to deal with that though. Can we defend again here? We're already 1 goal down. Really don't want to concede right before half time. Would perhaps be the worst time to concede here. I feel like we can turn the match highlight speed up 1 notch. Let's do that. But yeah, we do not want to concede here. We're defending okay, but I don't know, there's an element of threat, and well, the element of threat is realised. Glasses make it 2-0 here. This is really disappointing. We were going unbeaten into the year. We hadn't played a game all year, to be fair, in 2016. But I wanted to go unbeaten. I wanted to, I guess, extend our winning run and our unbeaten run in the league. And, well, Guerrero there was some questionable defending, but a nice little finish there by their striker. And Glasses, to be honest, they've been worth their lead. Since we've changed our tactic, it's definitely worked in our favour. But at the same time, it's a very underwhelming first half. And in the end of that first half, I'm going to bollock some of my players. I'm going to have a shout at them. I don't know what changes I can really make just yet. I mean, Guerrero's having an absolute mare. I'm going to bring on Fenley. I'm going to sub off our centre-back who's booked. He's on a 6.0. Was at fault for the goal as well. Let's try and sort out our defensive problem. If we can make a comeback here, it'd be incredible. We have got the ball. Sargent going to try and thread through Connolly with his pace. Unfortunately, ball intercepted. And now a big ball over the top of us. And our centre-backs, where are you going? Why are you not marking up Fenley, the sub? I mean, Borg has made I don't know if he's made a save. He has made a save. I think he tipped it onto the post there. All right, let's set up this. I asked my assistant to give me advice on what instructions to give the opposition. He told me that none were needed. Well, that was a lie, and now he's telling me constantly to make changes. I'm just going to listen to him at this point. Juan Jesus, Velada, Morente, I believe in you. Right, Hernandez, the sub. Can you whip in the ball? He can. It's actually almost been tipped into their own goal by their keeper, and we will have now a corner here. Roberts whips it in. Drimmy, can you give me some luck? It doesn't even rhyme, Drimmy and give me. I tried. 19 minutes left. I mean, what do I do here? It's such an awkward situation to be in. I think we've got to go more attacking. That's a given. I'm going to move Drimmy out onto the left, and then going to bring in Danny G to play out on the right. We're going to change Drimmy, I think, to an inside forward attack. Why not? In fact, we'll keep Danny G as a winger. I'm also going to change my fullbacks to attack too. We've got to start throwing some men forward. We've got to start committing. We have 18 minutes to turn around this game, and hopefully, try and get something here. I'm going to play higher tempo, more direct passing, closing down all the time, fairly narrow. Let's go with that. Let's see how we get on here. As I said, changing to the Waytakere formation. It seems to have worked okay. I guess we've conceded one since we changed it, but it's better. And Fenley, actually, the sub, getting a goal from a corner. We don't get many corner goals. I've not really, to be honest, delved that much into the set-piece creator this year. It's something that I will have to do at some point, but I've kind of been avoiding it. But Fenley there with a goal makes it 2-1. We have 13 minutes to try and turn this around. And momentum, perhaps, with us. We're going to be committing men up the field. We might be leaving ourselves exposed at the back, but at the same time, this is a game where, simply put, we have to hunt. We have to try and force the issue here. And we've got the ball here. Sargent, Hernandez to Connolly. Goes out wide to Danny G. Can we score? 2 goals back to back. Danny G whips it in. Save, but only as far as Connolly. And we will have another corner. Scored from one just a minute ago. Roberts to whip it in. Goes to Drimmy. And, well, the highlight ends there. Wow. Okay, let's change to overload. We've got, what, 3 minutes to try and get a goal? It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but there is 40 seconds left. If we could rescue a point here, that would be incredible. Danny G. Options out wide to Reyes. Unfortunately, that pass not finding its target. And that is going to be all she wrote for this game. Glasses United, fair play to them. In the second half, we definitely got back into it. They definitely kind of overwhelmed our 4-4-2. And as you can see, at the end of the game, it ended up being a pretty 50-50 game. The fact we committed 23 fouls, a little bit concerning, but I guess with us trying to force the issue, closing down often, that's just a side effect of that. Looking at the league, that will see Glasses now make a 4-point cushion over us. I did mention, however, they have got a few trickier mid-table teams still left to play kind of in this half of the season. In terms of when we'll be back for the next game, College Europa is my next game in the Senior League Cup. As it's only the quarter-final and they're struggling a little bit, probably not going to do that game. We do have St. Joseph's coming up, but again, I'm probably not going to do that game. I might come back for the next Glasses United game, which is in just over 2 months' time. We will have the Rock Cup as well, kind of fixtures, kind of slotting in somewhere in here. Either way, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully we can kind of stop drawing, get some wins on the board against perhaps some slightly easier matches, and build up some momentum going into the next game against Glasses United, and also kind of the likes of College Europa and Lincoln Redham too. To be honest, I think we won't see them at the bottom of the table for that much longer. I expect to see those teams bounce back. But anyway, that's all from me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Smash the like button. Not the best start to my FM16 live coming career, but it can only go up from here. If you've enjoyed, obviously let me know down in the comments. If you've got any comments about the save, leave them down there too. If you're new here, subscribe. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.